All right, wonderful people, welcome on yet another edition of Random. Yes, the second season is on, and I'm glad to welcome you back. You've been with us from the very first season till now, and I must say a very big thank you. I owe that to you. So, we are back again today, and of course, we have another interesting, another wonderful, another mind-blowing guest. One of the things you must have noticed is that our guests on this show, they are people of diverse interests, not just straight jacket or one thing. People who are interested in 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Yes, jack of every trade and master of all. Those are the people we bring on this show. This person is a singer. This person is a businessman. This person is an MC. This person is a comedian. This person is a radio kilo day. This person is into many things. He has many interests, and of course, is a married man. He's a skit maker. Make I had that one joy. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for you to meet our guest on the show today. He's the man with a wonderful name, Jolomi Raphael. But then, Olufemi. Am I right? Yes, Jolomi Raphael Olufemi. You go expect MC something. You know, you go pick name we no relate with all the names that we know. His name is Rapindady. Spartacus. We got to meet Spartacus after this timeout. Keep listening. And we keep watching. Now the same thing. Yes, it's time for you to meet my guest, MC Rapindady, aka Spartacus. Oshi?
Yeah, it's good to be here. My name is Femi Jolomi. Jolomi, not Jolomi.
Jolomi. What does that mean?
Oshemi Dada. He made me well.
What? Yoruba no here?
Yoruba ni.
Ilaje.
I'm from Ondo State.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. Jolomi.
Oshemi Dada.
That's nice.
Oshemi Dada.
Spartacus, welcome.
Yeah, that one.
Do you know one funny thing about Spartacus? I was about saying that off air. I just stumbled on it on Netflix recently. I think we just brought it on Netflix. And that is one of my best series ever. And I started watching it again. I now realized how much Spartacus influenced me. The name Primus is from Spartacus.
Yeah,
because if you wear the Primus, it's fighting at the Primus. It's fighting at the Primus. Yeah. Even the logo of Primus Media Academy is the head of the helmet of a gladiator. This film really touched me.
There's a lot to learn from that movie. Actually.
You know, when I talk to people about Spartacus and they say, Onisekushi, I just say, you don't understand. I say it's part of
that's more like the distraction.
Exactly. You know, I said the dialogue, the storyline, the action, the everything about that movie is just so wonderful. So I don't know where I carry Primus from. I know where I carry our logo from. Where did you pick Spartacus? Why?
I also brought Spartacus from the movie itself.
Yeah,
because 2013, 2012 was when the movie came out initially, and it was trending. If you watch the first season, the last episode was tagged "Kill Them All." And the storyline was the story of a gladiator, a slave gladiator, whose name was Spartacus. Instead of joining others to fight to amuse the lords, he decided to instead of me to fight and just to amuse this guy, let me just fight for freedom. And he tried to encourage the other guys.
It was not easy. Because those ones were enjoying the lifestyle, fighting for glory.
Let's fight and kill all these people where they use us as pets. Kill them all, and let us. If you don't kill them all, if you don't take these obstacles away from us, we will not be able to gain that freedom. So they were like, okay, let's kill them all. That was the theme for the last episode of the movie. So I was like, okay, the first edition of my concert, Spartacus Comedy Show, I felt like, okay, people should come with their worries, let us kill them all with laughter, with happiness, with joy, comedy.
Interesting.
So that was what brought about Spartacus.
And then ever since then it became the brand name Spartacus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You don't try.
We never know.
11 edition in how many years?
In 11 years or 12 years. Yeah, there was a particular year we didn't do. I think
was that the COVID year?
That was the COVID year. Yeah.
COVID humble everybody. You know that silently sometimes I just wish the world could pause again like that COVID.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I really let me say enjoyed myself, but to see that break because you are not in, you know, sometimes if you're on public holiday now, even though you're on break, your mind is still working because the world is still working. But that time everything shut down.
It was still my best year, honestly.
Sincerely speaking.
It was still my best year, but initially it was tough.
It was
tough, but we all had an opportunity to unwind, to
reflect,
to rearrange and strategize. You know, that was the year I locked myself up in my room and I shed tears like So now this, if not this entertainment, nothing else. There's nothing else I can do to make money. There was no shows. Even the shows, the jobs I've collected their money, they wanted me to refund, and I was like, basic, full grand every year, you know. But along the line, I was able to like venture into one or two business and all, and from there, boom, little by little, we started, you know, picking up. And sincerely speaking, I think I made more profit than I have ever made in my entire business life that year. So just like you said, I don't know if it's a good thing to wish for. If it is possible, let's just have a little break like that again, maybe 6 months.
that will go far. 6 months, far. 3 months. You know, the funny thing about that time was that every idea that was coming to my head for a particular point of time, they are event ideas. So events because that time we were made to believe that after the COVID, there will be new normal. In fact, they said that there will be no physical event again. There will be no this one again. Sure. But then I realized that physical event though came back, but then virtual events became a major thing. Sure. Became a major virtual classes, virtual this, virtual that, and up till now we are still. That's one of the evolving. Because trust me, anyone that has not been able to evolve from pre-COVID era to this era might find it difficult to catch up with certain things.
Only found out.
Even Nigerian music industry will not forget COVID here, because then nobody was paying attention to streaming. Only Mr. Easy and a few of them were making cashing out from streaming. But when there was no show, people just started doing live studio session. DJs were doing their own
surprise performance.
You understand? Man, interesting. Rapindady. Which one came first for you? Comedy, MC, music?
I would say music came first for me. You know, but I never took music as one serious craft like that. But I actually came out from a music family. You know, all my elder brothers, my sisters, were all music, you know, oriented. I think two of my elder brothers play the guitar very well. My elder brother is a very good singer, very excellent singer. He still sings to date. He's a choir master in one of the big churches around here in Ibadan. You know, so they all go to rehearsals while we're very young and all. But me, now this way, no, I don't get interest, but it's in the blood. Our dad, a pastor, loves music. You know, naturally, when you born any picking for our house, we have this natural talent. We sing tenor naturally. My siblings can sing tenor from the age of 5, 6, 7. When you sing the normal treble, they part it up naturally, not because you teach them. So you know that things like that is already in the blood, you know. So for me, I would say I got exposed to music, you know, first. Then secondly, it was the MC thing. I did that while I was in school, not on a large scale actually, but I was, you know, just doing that just to keep up once in a while, you know. Then while I was in school, I joined JCCF, you know, joined Christian Campus Fellowship Choir, you know. I write songs. I have that ability to write songs. Even up to date, I can write songs conveniently. I've written
secular or gospel.
I've written a lot of gospel songs, and of course I've written I don't want to use the word secular. Music is music. You know, music is food for the soul. So it depends on how.
I don't want to agree that music is musical. There kind of music about their music too. Yes, music, but then
anyway, but sometimes we attach the personality of the person. You know, singing that song to the song itself. You know, if Naramali should come out today and sing, Jehovah, you are the most high, and he sings it well. We'll call that song. We will not say because normally singing that song is a secular song. We also term that song as a gospel song. You know, but because of the fact that the kind of lifestyle he has, anything that comes out from his mouth.
I was having a discussion with somebody, and it was a question I posed to a pastor friend. I say, what matters most? Is it the personality of the singer or the lyrics of the song?
Or the
because
message.
somebody like King Sunny Ade, the merciful God, they sing it in church.
Of course.
But bàbá náà ló kọ funfun ní iyì eyín ogun rege ní iyì ọrùn ọmú ṣìkìṣìkìṣìkì sọ̀rọ̀ ní iyọ̀ àwọn ló kọ amúrògà kọ amúrògò ló láyé. So at the end of the day, it's just the lyrics that we work out.
The lyrics. We just like the profile, you know.
Recently, I had one of these American foreign gospel singer. I can't remember I think I pledged allegiance to the Lamb or something. The guy that sang the song, I hear he's gay. I shock.
That one day for Christian.
That was a day.
That one day.
Man,
a lot of things going on the background. If we say we delve into that line, we don't go cover for a year. But it is where.
It is where. So for you now, after music, MCing even came before comedy.
Yeah, MCing came in for me because I could remember back in school when I was in final year, I would go to anchor these departmental parties. So I'll just call one or two comedians to help me spice up the event. I wasn't into comedy right from time. Wow. You know, if I don't speak small English, a guy, baby boy, was my junior back then in school.
MC baby boy, engineer, MC baby boy.
So I called baby boy and one other guy called Swagger. You know, the two of them would do jokes while I anchor. But when I got to Ibadan, the story changed, and I felt like, okay, need to feel on this level.
Okay, so comedy started for you in Ibadan, but MCing has started before,
way before I
came
to
into the city.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
You know, it started for me when I was 7. You know, when I was observing the mandatory NYSC, you know, service year. Naturally I used to be very jovial. More than now. Like I'm the
life now.
Yeah, I used to be the loudest in the room, you know, funniest in the room. Everybody want to, like, you know, couples want to sit around me and all, you know. And we normally have a particular portfolio. I don't know if that word is correct. During CDS, we call it the CDS chairman. Okay. So he's the head of all coppers. He handles the attendance, he speaks to coppers, he coordinates how CDS program is being done every Thursday. So the moment the guy that was there passed out, you know, I was given the role by my IGI, and every Thursday I had the opportunity to hold a microphone. So that was how we started. So every Thursday I speak to them, I crack them up, I play with them and all. So it now became a tradition. In fact, some coppers will not come to CDS if they know I'm not coming, because they felt like, oh, if this guy no comes, CDS no go sweet now. You know. And the day it started, I can still remember vividly. We were to have some guests the following week. The local government chairman, Ibadan Northwest at the time, what was this man's name? He's now a commissioner. You know, it was to come and visit, and our LGR was like, next week we'll be expecting some visitors. Please, if anyone can crack jokes, if anybody can sing, let's entertain them. You know, coppers now. So I wrote down my name. So my way home that day, I bought Agodai CD, basket mount, and all Mulok Bokpa. So I came with a bucket full of jokes, you know, and to be sincere, I never expected what I did that day. It was massive. The guests, the coppers, people were laughing, were falling down from their chairs. So I was even surprised, because that was more like the first time I would do something like that officially. I was like, wow, me? So that was how I started. So every time they just, okay, Rapindady, Jolomi, just do something for 5 minutes, do something for 10 minutes. And I'm always happy to do it, because at the time I discovered that it was more fulfilling for me when I talk and people are happy, people are laughing and all. From there, I got jobs from coppers to anchor their weddings, birthdays. But I used to be an introvert, because of the kind of home I come out from. I'm this son of a disciplinarian. So I'm a triangular. Even while I was in school, I was a triangular student: church, class, hostel. So I not really they come outside like that. So there was a day when my compa friend was like, maybe go outside now. You get one comedy lounge way daytime here in Ibadan at the time, 2013, 2012. Some comedians they're not even funny issue. I say, I don't know whether anybody, I'm not the comedian. They're like, and that's the way they do for CDS.
Can't go do it.
And honestly, we got there. That was Kokodom.
Okay.
Kokodom, where it was MC Kwams and
Mayalewa
and some other comedians
this thing right here, DJ Gafpop.
Yeah, DJ Gafpop. My guys were like, some of the comedians when they come there, not be, we know say if you say whole mic, you say you go do well. Okay, let's go. They sponsored my trip, they paid for my ticket. Like it was more like they pushed me to come to that place. And honestly, the first day I picked up the mic there, the whole swimming pool, the whole atmosphere changed. Everybody were happy. My guys were like, hey, we toast you now. So that was how comedy started for me. That was how it started.
So where did the name Rapindady come from? Because at that time you said you were still Jolomi.
I was Jolomi. In CDS.
Okay.
Nobody knew the Rapindady in Ibadan at the time. But I've been Rapindady way before. I contested for SUG with Rapindady even in school.
Wow.
Yeah. Rapindady is as old as Jolomi himself.
So what's the meaning of Rapindady?
I grew up to know Rapindady.
What's the
I
meaning
don't even know the meaning. That's
not funny.
The story I got to hear from my parents was that I used to be this kind of baby that doesn't allow strangers to carry him. But you know, mysteriously there used to be this guy that I feel free around whenever he comes around. He owns one electronic store. He calls it Rapindady Electronics. So Rapindady, Timbo, your friend is coming. Rapindady. That was how they transferred his name to me.
Interesting.
Till today, I don't even know who that guy is.
So there should be a union with you and the first Rapindady.
I don't know whether I see the
Wow, interesting. I like that. So now, going with the fact that you could have as well be a singer, or a comedian, but you chose comedy because of everything that you just explained now.
Yeah.
But what the benefit of hindsight now, would you have preferred to be a singer, a musician? Let me not say a singer, a musician.
Okay.
Or a comedian?
If you asked me that question some 5 years ago, I would tell you I prefer to be a comedian. But today, if I should go back, if I should roll back the hands of time, so to speak, I would have preferred to be a musician because it is more natural for me. Music is more like I don't need to think too deep before I create a song. I don't need to stress myself before I use my voice. Unlike comedy, you have to rack your brain, you have to create at every event. There are times to go for a comedy show and you have to change all your lineup of jokes, see the type of audience,
because the kind of audience coming there, they've seen you before,
or you just feel like these jokes I don't write come no go work for you. But if you're a musician, they know the kind of songs you sing, they know your style before they invite you. So just
you
come
reach there and you sing African Queen. They sing and they go.
So I still feel comedy is still more difficult. You see, it's a more critical craft than music. Although I'm not downplaying music. Music is also a professional craft, but it's just that these days when you hear some people sing, you'll be like, this is more like an insult on those who are naturally gifted to those excellent music, But and the unfortunate thing is that these people that we think are singing wrong are making it more in the industry than those we feel should be, up there.
I was also an MC and a comedian on campus, and then we make more money than the musicians on campus.
Yeah.
Because musicians are just come to perform and they just pay them that shit. But MC for dinner, for fellowship, for this one, for that
music,
one.
Not be that kind, not be hip hop. I will do live music. I do live music.
I want somebody like may God rest the soul of Akin Sugar. We lost him some few weeks back, The very first time I was under his ministration, we call it ministration, I was blown.
Wow.
Because that time Ghana style was raining.
Yeah.
The instrumentation of Ghana style, as it was as if I was listening, and the delivery and everything, and live band has grown over the years.
Live band has grown.
People like SB Live, people like Fujicologist, those guys will make you because they will bring R&B, they will bring hip hop, they will bring everything. And
if we are critical with our views, you discover that these days it is more like the Afro pop guys are gradually going into extinction. Not that they are going like not like they won't be there again, but you discover that the live band guys have really upped their games, and people tend to enjoy live music more. And judging by the fact that most of these are hip hop, Afro pop guys have overpriced themselves out of the market. You hardly, for me now, you hardly see them on my shows, because naturally I know if it's maybe my kind of thinking. I don't think I can spend so much 7 million to bring
on one guy that has two singles, 2 or 3 singles wey not really popular like that.
People can just play.
I'm telling you.
You understand?
I would prefer to bring a Fujicologist who will give me from millennial, from 1990s to Sunday Ade, giving the hip hop
to Two-Face, and they will deliver well.
Yes. I mean,
no disrespect to the Davidos, the Rema, and
the funniest thing. Even those guys that you just mentioned now, the so-called A-list, they have now realized that even when they want to perform at most of these concerts, they do live too.
Yeah.
Because they realize that DJ Give Me Track 2 cannot sustain them there. So even at the highest level, they are doing live music there. Though it's still Afro, it's still Afro beat or whatever, but they make it live. So that's why somebody like Ashake, somebody like Burna Boy, you see the way they bring drummers on stage and everything just to spice it up.
And it adds beauty to their craft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is just, I think it's just not any kind of disrespect. It's just the truth. Live music you cannot compare live music to anything at all. Never. So that one is.
They spray you carry money grass now.
No, I'm a very big fan of K1. I'm a very big fan of K1 The Ultimate, and I follow him back to back on all digital platforms. And he has been doing something lately. All his shows, they will record the live and put it on there. Yeah. When I see the way people they spray, I say, guy, I don't want to corny. I want to know about corny. Because when I see the way they are spraying, I say, they're not people. That money they take column. That cost the spray.
I've come to realize that these days, it's not just about the way the artists sing or the artists you are bringing on your show. It also boils down to how you appraise the audience. But I was somewhere someday, and the band guy was just using my name. He was just playing around with my name. Rapindady, Rapindady. What do you mean? So quickly, imagine your lady. I don't know why I call money changer. Give me small change there.
And in America, show appreciation.
Now imagine someone that has a lot to spare. You can't praise them. Like, wow. I've been to a show where people were on the queue to spray K1.
It was what me just that told me that story. He said when he came to Stone Cafe, he said 4:30 a.m. This some guys still sit down with their money on their table. Then they wait for their turn.
Yes, now.
I said people wait there, no come out, and then they get money too. Then they wait for them come out, make them go.
They don't want go there at the same time, so that that praising go.
You go enter, no go enter.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when a man has mastered his craft to that level, to that extent. Yeah. Do you remember the very first day we met? Let me not say the first day we met. The first day I saw you. Me don't know. But that was the first day.
Premier Hotel?
No. It was at what was the name of this event center at Housing Roundabout? Penton Rise.
Penton Rise.
It was a meeting called by MOG.
Oh yeah.
It was a meeting of comedians called by MOG.
Yeah, I remember.
We were almost rounding up that time. That day you came. Say this guy, I forgot how he introduced you. I was like, okay, he's a comedian. Hey, his name is Rapindady. Okay. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, I remember.
So, and that was it.
They were planning one mega show for young comedians, and
The mega shows where I don't plan for this city.
it is well.
Call on Kumalere. But the funny thing is that we just dey plan, no. I don't just say we don't ever do one. So the thing is now, I'm trying to take you to a place now. The comedy community. When you came with the energy, you came with the, what's it called now, and then you entered into the community. And I must say, over the years, you had your fair share of what do I call it now? Do I call it controversy? Do I call it no, controversy, the right word. It's not scandal, it's controversy. It's controversy. You've had it over the years, and initially one would thought that if not for whatever reason, what was expected, let me not say what was planned. What was expected was that you have gone back to wherever you come.
Yeah.
that was the vibe I got, because he's a new guy on the block, and there was this kind of, I won't say resistance, but there was a way he was talked about or do things. So anyone that is not strong or who is not decisive would have said, see, I don't want all this while, and make I go back to where I for the come. But you stayed, you remained. What kept you? Was it the fact that I'm not going back to where I for come, or this land belongs to nobody? What kept you during that time when the position was rife? Let me put it that way.
Anyway, when I got to Ibadan, I got to Ibadan with a plain mind. I got into the industry with a virgin mind, so to speak. I came into the system with a mindset of, togetherness, mutual benefits, mutual understanding, love, peace, and of course growth. Because the comedy industry at the time, based on my own knowledge, I never stayed in Ibadan beyond 2012, but from that 2012, when I just came in, I discovered that the comedy industry was still growing. Apart from major shows from Lagos that do come into Ibadan, the Bingade Inkas, the Night of Thousand Laughs, Laugh Up, Big B, not a comedy show actually, but those were the big comedians. Those were the big. God rest his soul. Those were the big events at the time. While we just had talents, comedians doing very well. Betrayal, God rest his soul. Shete was not in the system. Was not in the picture at the time. I don't think I knew Shete in 2012, 2013. I don't know. I didn't see much of Shete at the time. It was Damola, MC Damola. Then he was 7 too. I think he was 7 in Ibadan.
Yes, Ibadan North, Northeast.
Because I remember the first event I attended, an NYC big event. It was MC Damola that anchored it at the time. I walked up to him and said, I be comedian. He said, are you serious? He gave me the mic and I performed. So at the time I discovered that we all had this talent. We all had this, thing running through our veins, and I felt like we could all come together and create something massive out of this thing. I know you've known me from way back. I have this energy. If I want to do something, I put my all into it. I can trek from gate to challenge just to go and meet up with someone that can help me talk to someone that can help me bring sound to my event. That was the kind of energy I had at the time. But over time, while I was doing my thing, I tried to encourage other guys to stage shows so that we can also start an industry, in-house. But, they were like, oh, good, it's a nice one, we can do it. But like I say, these things, they work. I felt like, okay, let me just, give it a shot myself. There's a long story attached to it, actually, but I'm just trying to, summarize. I started mine. And that was where I don't want to use the word beef or controversy started from. Ibadan industry, yes, but it's the biggest city in West Africa. But the industry is very small.
Very, very.
Very, very small. So
I tell people that Ibadan is big, but at the same time, very. By the time you attend 4-5 events, you don't know everybody.
I'm telling you. So I heard a lot from third parties. I also heard a lot directly one-on-one. But I'm this kind of person like one-on-one from a lot of.
I didn't tell you to your face that who are you for?
Who you be? Since you just come from nowhere. So one messaged me at the time and said, "What happened?" Yeah, I remember. Season 1. Spartacus. I make shirts for sale for my tops like round necks. So I sent a broadcast on BBM at the time, BlackBerry. Like, okay, shirt don't finish. If you are still interested, go and pay so into this bank account. Send me the receipt so we can create yours for you. As one guy messaged me, say, so do you think Ibadan people will now go and queue in the bank because they want to buy Rapindady shirts? Tell those people that are giving you this stupid advice that things like this don't work in Ibadan. I was like,
the person.
But don't worry, I don't see it.
No. I'm saying what I'm saying is that was it an anonymous text from someone you don't know, someone I know?
We are in the same industry, comedian. We say normally while I was planning that show, he never said, "Guy, how far? How is this thing going? Nice one. You are pushing." No, there was no motivation, no word of encouragement. We hardly talk, we hardly chat. But you just saw my BC, and the next thing you could do was to send such a long message, and you're criticizing, telling my husband as being stupid. I responded in a like manner with a little touch of
aura for aura.
And so that was when I knew I was in for a lot of backlash, because this was uncalled for. I no offend anybody. I not say make anybody know better. I was just doing my thing, just trying to create a name for myself, carve a niche for myself. It is my show. I didn't borrow money from anybody. In fact, it was the first time I would spend an amount higher than my house rent to book a hall for one day. That is the vexity today.
Everything I spent for 1 year.
You understand? So a lot of stuff like that, ever since up till there was one particular year, one guy decided to stage a show the same day with my show. So I was like, okay.
By the way, your own show has a fixed date, or was it what's it called? A fixed season.
No, my show be like May June. It's either I do it in May, which is my birth month, or June. But most of the time I announce my date like 3 months earlier or 4 months earlier, so everybody will know that Rapindady is staging his show at so dates. So this person now intentionally picked the same date. So what I now heard from a third party actually was like, I fẹ́ takú ẹ̀, a máa takú ẹ̀. Kí lẹ̀ takú mi fún? Kí lẹ̀ takú mi fún? Mú date yẹn lọ́tọ̀. We will come and support you. Takú ẹ̀ kò lè wá láti Àkúrẹ́ kókò wá. And that kind of thing me I dey like. You want to tackle me? Yeah, let's go.
So is it safe to say you are a troublesome person too?
I'm from Elaje. It runs in our blood.
What you just talk now reminds me of one interview I saw during the week on Arise TV when Dr. Abati say, the Ijaw nation, do you believe in corporal punishment? I say, we dey beat. We dey beat. So what are the beats too? I don't know. We know the beats, but I don't they take.
But we not like make you just try to tackle us unnecessarily. Me, I know the quarrel. I don't like.
But you're not afraid of quarrel.
I'm not afraid of quarrel. Especially when I know I am not at fault. You understand? I'm like, okay, guy, let's go. No problem. I stage my show not because I want to make money. I'm staging my show because I want to make a name for myself. Most of the time, before I began to get sponsorship for my events, I run my show 100% on my funds, on my savings. You understand? So I do it like I want. I'm not doing it because I want to make profit. In fact, most of my first five editions, but I did it at a loss, and I wasn't bothered. You understand? So me, obviously, I want to do my show just to do show and to fulfill my own personal cravings. And you say you want to do show to make money. I'm not saying you really get the money like that. You understand? let's go to the field and let's see what's gonna happen. Now later I just see the guy message after like 2 weeks about how far now. We're not supposed to fight now. We're not supposed to show the same day. I no follow you fight too. Now you say you want to show this, you know. It was more like I don't know the way this thing works in Ibadan, because most of the time I'm not there when they tend to say these things, you know. And ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yìn wọ́n ní tí kò bá lẹ́kan adínkan. But to some extent, out of every rumor, there's an element of truth, you know, because when people are saying stuff behind your back, and you are hearing those stuffs, and you now see the person in question exhibiting some kind of body language, you will know that to some extent, when you first you know, so I just try to just do my thing. It got to a point I just withdrew myself from the system. I withdrew myself from the system. I just try to still no. Baba, I just want to try not to say too much on this podcast, because I've realized that these days when you criticize a lot, when you criticize people tend to, you know, sideline you. When there are good opportunities out there, they'll be like, oh, this guy is troublesome, let's just leave him out of the whole picture. So now peace I define now. If you offend me before, I don't forgive you.
in all of this, were you ever did you ever have a physical confrontation with any of these let me not say colleagues or something?
You see, it is more like the way the industry in Ibadan, you know, works, or based on my own view. They make it look like politics. You know, politicians could be friends inside the bedroom and enemies to everyone out there, and also they could be they could be friends to everyone outside, but deep down inside their corner they're enemies. You know, there are times I would not like to mention this guy's name, but you know, just like I said, whoever did me wrong during my journey as an entertainer in Ibadan, I have forgiven all of them. And I know even myself, I'm not plain. And some people also see me as a bad person, you know. So, but we all have our own personal one-on-ones, you know. Betrayal of God of blessed memory, we had a lot of back and forth, deep down, inside, not even outside. When we both appear outdoor, you know, people tend to feel like, oh, everything is cool between these guys. But guys we know say these two guys, they are not that close, you know. And it boils down to how he carried my brand, my crafts, how he did his thing. So I don't want to really talk much, because if I delve into that matter, he's not here to defend whatever I say, and I know him very well. Even if he's here, he will not come out to say anything. You know, he will rather battle you know, underground than coming out to face you. That's the kind of person he is. But ere lafi omayoshe, you know, we all akimoni kurimaji. Sometimes we make mistakes as we grow. We'll get to a level in life, we'll now look back and feel like, I can't get money, you know. So I just feel like it's just more like we all growing and, you know, getting to learn as we grow, you know. But
so were there some things you did back then that you would have done differently? Maybe some of the things we thought, maybe when you came, maybe probably after your own after you calm down and you check out your journey, you felt like, I did certain things that I shouldn't have done. Maybe when I came, I should have done this, I should have met these people, I should have said this, I should have gone here, or when I did my show, I should have made this consultation. Because one of the reasons why we tell all these stories is that we want to be better people. We want people coming behind us to also pick a thing or two, that if you want to, maybe you are going to a new territory, maybe there is a thing or two that you should have done, or that you think you could or you should have done back then.
I think I have no regrets so far. I have no regrets so far. But if I should correct some of the things I have done, I would say I wouldn't criticize some people the way I criticize them, because I'm kind of person that I want things to get better. I'm a very progressive person. When I see that something is getting bad or delving towards destruction, I can't keep my mouth shut. That is me. But but so if I should go back and readjust that, I will just there are lots of things I will just overlook and just let it slide. Come, let them just do their thing, in as much as it's not affecting me directly. But in the long run, most of these things still came back to affect the industry. Yes, I am not from Ibadan, but I've been here for over 13 to 14 years now, and I can say for a fact that I don't know if it is in the constitution. I've been here for 13 years, so possibly I feel claim indigene.
Normally for years.
Normally, I've seen a lot, and I am the kind of person that really want the Ibadan industry to grow. The comedy industry, the music industry, I really want it to grow. Because I see myself as one of the game players, one of the players who puts in his all to also put the industry on the Nigerian entertainment map. But unfortunately, I don't know. The last time I had this discussion with someone, they felt like I was seeking for validation, and I got angry. It's like, come, if not validation, we don't work reach level. We say that validation they're supposed to give us. You understand? They're supposed to give us, but if you are not give us, you are doing it to demotivate us. I don't know if that word is correct. When someone is doing something well for your industry, not just for himself, every other person who belongs to that industry should come out to support and say good stuff about that thing. So, what this guy is doing is a good thing for our face. It's a good thing to propel our face out there. My show, I'll talk about my show, because that is more like my major project annually, and I don't joke with it. I know how much I've spent so far on my shows from season 1 to 11. I always say the way we run publicity for that event goes beyond this. The scope goes beyond Ibadan. People see it in Lagos, people see it across board, they see it across Africa, they see it everywhere. And the moment you start putting Ibadan act on your shows, and you promote that brand, nationwide, worldwide, despite the fact that the event is happening in Ibadan, it's a good thing for the industry. If you are doing any event and I see your publicity strength, once I notice that it cuts across borders, and I know this guy is no, you are not just doing this for the city, you are also doing this for the people you are putting on that bill. You are also putting their face out there. So I feel in one way or the other, I'm also putting Ibadan on the map. Okay, I went to Akure recently to stage my show. Everybody said I'm from Ibadan. In fact, even some of the industry guys were like, Ibadan ló ti wá ọkọ wá láti Ibadan, kó máa claim Akure.
Akure ti bo.
Ibadan ke bi ta ti wá gan ton sọ fún wa pé lè wá láti Akure, ká máa claim Ibadan.
Akure láti wá láti.
That means to some extent I've been able to create an image for my brand here, and whenever you hear Rapindady, Ibadan is attached to that name.
Yeah.
If I go to Lagos, if I say I came from Ibadan, there's a way people readjust. They want to hear what we have to say, and we deliver well. Boju Ibadan je, gbogbo bi ta ba lọ. You understand? The show I went to do in Akure, we rep Ibadan well. I brought most of the comedians from Ibadan and Osogbo, and we all did well. It was a landmark event. So I always see myself as one of the guys who have done so well for the entertainment structure of Ibadan. But they always pay me. Yeah, this is the truth though. I don't care what everybody says. They always pay me when I don't get enough recognition for all I've done, or all I intend to do, or all I've been doing. Understand? There's some awards you hardly find my brand, not because my brand is not good, but because I've criticized them at some points. So fans will now be like, we were rapping at this show now. Why this show not there here? Why is Rapindady not here? Kini yẹn deep down, it's not about the plaque itself. It's about.
It's more like a pat on the back that you see what you are doing.
See what you are doing,
and which encourages anyone to do more.
Yeah, like this exercise. This show self, just like I say, I just the brand has gotten to a level where I can try to plan my Ibadan concert in less than a month. If I have sponsorship, if person give me like 20 million now, I feel announce further calls for to happen in December 20th, and it will come. Because by God's grace, we have been able to, like, it's not like in business, we have returning customers. We have been able to prove ourselves and
again.
Sure, you understand. So that thing, cannot lie. Deep down, I feel we are not really doing enough to celebrate, the real guys that are working assiduously to put Ibadan on the map. Whenever there is a major event, whenever there's a major opportunity coming into town, our names are hardly mentioned. Our names are hardly mentioned. See, thank God for your brand. You know what it takes to put up a show, a concert, your award event without sponsorship, and even with sponsorship, you know what you do. You know how difficult it is to do that thing year in, year out. The moment you finish one like this, the next year's edition is your headache.
Yes, sir.
You will like and things are getting more expensive every time, every now and then. You understand? So I just feel like we should do better. We should do more.
There was a particular time you and a particular senior colleague from outside Ibadan had I won't say had issues. But then you had issues. That's all the way to I won't say you had issues, but that it's just the best way to put it. And because at some point there was a particular big bros that you were much more closer to.
Yeah.
I'm talking of Kofi Daguru.
Yeah.
You and Kofi you have a very wonderful relationship.
Of course.
And I think it still subsists till now and everything. But then there are some names that but then I think recently I saw you on. I think I saw your name on one of the bills. Was it? Or am I dreaming? Because more like, I won't deceive you. I am an industry watcher because I used to play in that industry. I used to before I extricate myself.
But you
bowed out in 2016. Well. Boy, 2016 to be 10 years next year.
Not try.
2016, I bowed out of comedy, but then I still watch the industry closely because I understand some of these dynamics. At some point, it felt like blacklisting because there's no reason why that event of a magnitude will be coming to an Ibadan, given your name, your brand, and how prominent your brand is. Not having your name on certain kind of events, the only explanation for it is that this person has probably blacklisted, or the person is not ready to be seen or do stuff with you. And I know you felt it, I know you saw it, I know you know it. How does that make you feel, especially now that you are here where you are now? Don't you feel sometimes like calling them as wait up ẹ̀yin tẹ́ láàní tẹ́rù pé àní débi dáadé adúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run ti gbé wa débi o.
Yorùbá ní bí ọwọ́ ọmọ bá ti kan ikú dà kò ní béèrè ikú tó pa bàbá ẹ̀. You understand? But I'm not even interested in handling any ekuda right now or whatever. The Rapindady of today is more interested in getting better, being at peace with everybody, and build himself, build his career, build family, because that's the most important thing, But at some point, to address your question, nobody knows this. At some point, I got depressed because of how I was being treated in Ibadan. I got depressed. I had to withdraw myself from a lot of things. You hardly see me at comedy shows. Even when you invite me, I don't come. I battled depression for like 2 years. Honestly, I lost faith in myself. I lost that ability to create jokes. I was losing virtually everything, because it was more like a war against Rapindady. And what was my offense? I couldn't say categorically. I couldn't pinpoint what I did wrong to a particular set of people. It was more like the industry was being controlled by a one-way traffic, directed by one circle. I don't know if I'm wrong, or if I'm right, but that's just my, perception about the whole thing. Here you get. If I dey waka go like this, person go just intentionally go block my road. Want to discover that, Rapindady is moving towards this place because he knows he will get help here. I remember season 5. Was it season 5? That was my first breakthrough event. Moving from mainland to island.
From
Bodija to Ring Road. That was the first time I would do my show at MOV 21. I know at the time, if you stage show on MOV, you don't big boy. Yeah?
Yes, so.
Because it was Bodija Fun Factory, Lecture 2 at the time. So I met a man. So the man, I will mention his name, Mr. Dego. Not the Dego that owns the lounge at Sharp Corner.
Okay.
His brother, Mr. Dego. That's his name, from the Dego family. This man just liked me. He was introduced to me by one of our staffs at Splash FM at the time. So the man came into Ibadan and wanted to boost his entertainment structure and all. He left Ibadan a long time ago. So our HR was like, I want Rapindady don't share show, I want to share kini wanye. And the HR called me. I was like, Rapindady, so we sat down, we spoke at length. Wonderful man. I've never met such a pure-hearted human in a long time, to be sincere. We spoke at length. He said he would like to revive. He had this lounge at Olioli. He wanted to revive that lounge. The guys that were helping him to handle it were messing up and all. So I recommended that we should just probably stage a show. Let's do that occasionally, probably on a monthly basis. At the time I just left Options 247 because at the time I was having my comedy show at Options. So I gave him 1 or 2 ideas, 1 or 2 advice and all. So we're so I now told him, Baba, I get one show they do every year, but lack of sponsorship has been a major problem for me. Are you serious? I could collaborate now. Someone that is looking for a way to build his own entertainment structure. And he saw that, this guy also has a structure on ground. When he saw all my past, events and the evidences on ground, I was like, good, let's do this together. Okay, right? This man at the time was well connected. I know up to now he's still very, very good, well connected. He asked me to send proposals to GT Bank, to international bureaus, Nigerian bureaus, lots of brands like that. He had friends, not abstract proposals. So, hello, Kọ́lé Bolowa, okay, ọmọ mi kan abẹ́jọ ṣe show kan papọ̀ nísìn ó máa send proposal sí ẹ gbówó jáde o ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ní problem na that kind of a person. I was so happy. May your helper they call you, not me they call am. This man will just call me, Rapindady, where are you? Have you sent that proposal? I say, sir, I'm working on it now. Ó ti pẹ́ jù now. Yeah. Okay, but follow kankan nsìn. This man literally put me on my feet I was so happy. In fact, the little money I had saved for my event that year, just they begin blast and say, Olore today. I just they chop shawarma, they eat parfait, But thank God I just pay small for hall. So he now said, orúkọ ọ̀bọ̀ kan níbàdàn yìí pé wọ́n ní ọmọ ẹ̀ náà pé náà solid pé comedian ni pé mo ní àyẹ̀yàn wa ni amúdẹ̀ṣe wà níwájú Ọlọ́run àti ènìyàn tá a gbọ́dọ̀ pè jẹ́ irọ́. If I'm not your friend, if you are my enemy, and I discover that your breakthrough is in my hands, I'll release it to you. If I discover that something good is coming to you, I will not say because we are enemies. I will not say because we are quarreling. I will not say because we have back and forths. I won't withhold. I gave this man this person's number. Bro, that was the last time the man will call me. I called and called. The moment the two of them began to move together, mi mọ nǹkan tó máa ń sọ láti fi bà mí jẹ́ lójú àwọn èèyàn up till date. Nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí, nǹkan tí mo tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ra mi lórí tí mo sunkún lé lórí ni I cried. I wept profusely. You know, mi mọ nǹkan tí ó sọ fún mine. The man stopped picking my calls. He stopped calling me. My show was 3 weeks away. Baba, that was an experience I can never forget in my entire life. You know, but I'm a strong man. I always have plan B. So I goes, okay, guys, let's go. I called my team together. Alaye be call me more. Me got to share phone. Me o share o. Me share ba me share o. Show got to kaba wan she. Ba wan come o. Someone that has been calling me. Someone who always like 6 a.m. in the morning. This man will call me. This man can call me like 5 times in a day. And I released someone's number to a fellow comedian. And the moment they started saying, the man stopped calling me. Me got to often. Me o simbe. But just like I said, ajekela no omokule ni tani mo pe aja na lo po moje. Mi somode omo agba lele mi na. So I knew that error.
Mo to gun ti wa.
Ibi to ti wa niyan. Because ogun to man face me one on one na ni ko je ke bi ogun to face me ni koro. It is a one on one thing. You understand? So I would have loved to call names, but otilo. People who listen to this, who watch this, will know who I'm talking about. But I just don't want to call names because I don't want to put myself in a space where people start saying Rapindady is the better. But I'll just say a few of those things, but I will not mention those names. You know, that was one of the reasons why I just had to withdraw at some point. Bengadeka used to come for his event now. Bengadeka always do something whenever he's coming to Ibadan or any city. He will ask guys around, guys that that seem close to him. The boys will don't rave ni lunsin you, who are the hottest comedians, so to speak. So when I was planning season 2 or season 3, I thought I had arrived. No, at the time, no cap. At the time, you can't mention 3 comedians in Ibadan without putting my name. To the glory of God, I'm not bragging here now.
And the shame of the devil.
You know. So I felt like Osini, and at the time we always see stages like that, like one breakthrough stage. We always look at Love Matters, like and of course up till date, that brand is still one of the biggest in Southwest, no cap. So I felt like So as usual, Baba came, asked 1 or 2 guys, Afa, I don't trend me, Ibadan. They come on my name. That thing pay me. That she won't repeat. She won't. They pay me like from my corner. I would just tell my friends say, "Oh, you could pay me now." And me, not be pride though. I don't like to the lobby. Guy one be. I will not call you and say, put me for your show now. I always believe that I have not worked to that level. I've not gotten to that
Let's
stage.
trace it back to yourself.
That is me. I would trace it back to myself and see it like a motivation to do better. And as God will have it, the following year I just got a call one random afternoon, and hello, good afternoon, my name is Bigadeka the First. I want you to be on my show. Like I was literally lying on the floor to receive that call. Sir, I was so happy. Yes, I don't do this work, Rich. I don't need to ask people about me again. You must have seen what I've done. So that year I came, I performed in Ibadan. I was at Jogger Center, I did well. The second year he called me, I performed. Then he invited me to Oshogbo. I performed and I did well as well. So then yeah, I don't know. But maybe he felt like I wasn't good enough again, or probably some of his team guys were like, But I always feel, now back to your question about the event that occurred recently. I know you were trying to trace it to Dr. Smile. Dr. Smile is my egbo, and I celebrate I appreciate that bros. I like him from day one. See, before I got to Ibadan, I had known Dr. Smile. I've always wanted
yes,
to
I
meet
think
him.
he has an accurate connection.
Yes, I've always wanted to connect to Dr. Smile. Because when I started comedy, I told some of my guys in Akure that were close to him. Post Dr. Smile. Any comedian. No, that was like, I wanted to meet him. And when I met him, he was, very, very, very like a wonderful man. Senior Ibon, wonderful guy. Jovial. I don't even know say the guy. I don't even know if he gets angry self anytime, because he's always playful, always jovial. And one of the reasons why the respect I had for him, or I have for him, got to another level was season 4. I invited him for my event. I had invited him for season 3. He didn't come due to one reason or the other. So season 4, what our guys in Ibadan do is this: once they see some big names on my bill, they will call you. They will discredit my event so that you will not come. So they called him. They called Dr. Smike. I want to show that down. I'm serious. Comedians for this town, they will call. I want to show that boys one. So that year, Dr. Smike was the only big name that came. Most of the other guys did not come. I want to buy So when Dr. Smile now came, the person that discredited my event, I want to want to buy the same person. So I want like, okay, fine. Any not show me. This person when they call them, they call my show too. And I said, okay, fine. One born showed up in that day. He said he will come for that show, and he will now ask that guy one-on-one. So for you to have said this about me, about him, to one of his own person, that means God was what happened that day. You run. And to the glory of God, that was the first time Dr. will see me perform at my event. That day I performed for like 40 minutes. A minute come, because most of my guys don't come. Most of the guys I invited not come. I performed like then I never get depression that time. So how just that they look me and say, she might know about you that. When I was taking him back to the hotel, I'm very sure if he's watching this, he will remember. I was taking him to Kakanfo Inn at Monoton. That was where I lodged him that night. Rapping, shut up from one Louis. Shut up from one Louis. Bye ni. I won't go. Bye. Till today, I've heard this for about how many years now? Season 4 was in 2018 or 2017. Till date, the person no say they don't tell me this matter. I kept it to myself. That is me. Till today, till Diola, and until the man gave me the guy's name. He told me. Till tomorrow, the person don't know say I know that matter. I know what he talk. She gets. And we still saw some months ago, I think 2 months ago. But
I don't know why one name they drop in my mind, but continue. I go confirm from you after this recording.
So one more benye. There was a year I invited Shaylo, Kenny Black, I think about 4 major names. They discouraged them. The same person that discouraged them came to my hotel room like 1 hour my performance, just to also demoralize or okay, Kenny Black is not coming, Shaylo is not coming. Whereas they will discourage you more. Later I gbọ́ pé wọ́n ló pè wọ́n pé show dáradára ni, and you said you dey perform for this same show. So one of my guys just called me. I felt bad initially. My guy just called me, guy, calm down, show one of my content wá ṣe ni wá pa náà ẹni now, calm down. So at Ibadan I knew these things early enough. So ever since that time I felt like, okay, let me just do my thing myself, face my fears, face my worries. Each time I get a lineup, I always have a plan B. So if my plan A doesn't work, my plan B will kill the show. So that is what I always do for the same thing happened in Akure. You understand? Because of distance, flight issues, some of my major guys did not come, but the other guys too killed it. So we learn every day. So the show you were talking about, I don't know address this question. It was about one event that Mike came to have in Ibadan. So I felt like, Emo, sometimes you go feel say you did very close to someone based on your own understanding. But from the other end, if you not be like that.
I'm so sorry for that. Sorry for the laugh. What did you talk now? Remind me of one of my brothers that time when we were in secondary school. I say, the date that game go, and don't fair, and yeah, be on the So that's just for your mind now. You be investing, but
that's how me I you know that was how I saw the whole situation at the time. But the back is okay, more fit on my day war, you know, because later I now sat down and I realized that what's the fuse about necessary now, you know. But immediately boya any FM maybe not showing fair one. We are close, we are good, but I felt like I was expecting more. I life with the ribe recently mutomo. So I expected that rapping, because at the time we were trying to create a structure for Ibadan comedian. I'm very sure you must have heard about ICC, Ibadan Comics and Compare. Just like, okay, for the first time, let's create a comedian group. Let's bring all the creatives together, the comedy merchants, the comedians, the MCs. Let's see how we can get better, because everybody come so I actually created that group. I named it, but I never let anybody know that I was the one behind it. Big Johnny was the president at the time, so they were fronting. So they were doing. You understand? So I know what, and the reason why I had to remove myself from the picture was because of this whole situation about me and those who really don't like me, because a lot of young entertainer who were close to me, had their own fair share of disappointment because they were close to me. BBO, for example, when he was doing comedy, when we were moving around together at the time, BBO was like my right hand man. We go to events together. He was supposed to be on Begadeka's show at some point, and they removed his name. And BBO went to, it was Petero at the time. God rest his soul. At Kenzo's show, I packaged Kenzo's show at MOV, and I anchored the event that day. So I told GCON, sir, I have two guys, because that's what I do. That is me. That's my life. I like showcasing these guys. I like to let everybody get better. Let's get me. I know it's not about a comedy show. Is not just for just one comedian. Let's have like 5 comedians from Ibadan who kill it. So I have two guys. I want to showcase 2 guys to you. I'm very sure you've not seen them before, probably because they don't come to big shows like this. Please, if you're not impressed, call me bastard. That was the language I used. MC Popcorn and BBO. Popcorn performed, he did well. BBO did music comedy, and it was explosive. Inka Dinka came up stage, was like, wow. He gave him $100 that day, cash. Hey, bro, I don't know, and he handed him over to Petero. With this guy right in front of everybody, not be corner, in front, like on stage, handed him over. This guy should be on Laugh Matters. And this to some extent, I was fulfilled that at least if they are writing their story, if they become big comedians tomorrow, they will mention Rapindady's name for putting them on that platform and introducing them in that manner. So the 2 guys don't jog, say breakthrough stage,
we kill it
kill them matters. No. At the time, could I get my right? BBO saw that stage as the next thing for him. It was Laugh Matter stage or nothing. They don't go the ironing jokes, say I go pieces Laugh Matters this year. When the list came out, his name was removed. He can't come. Say Rapindady, I won't come and see. No, not TV. Don't got the notice.
You be like, result.
Because even me, I wasn't expecting my name on the list, because at the time I've been having issues with Petero and some guys who were close to. So I felt like it was the one, handling the names for Ibadan. I'm not there. I'm not so sure, but I feel. Because probably
naturally you are not, is that if he's the one handling it, my name not go come out. So
if he's not handling it, I know my name will not be there.
So you don't shock you.
I will not shock me. So but that this guy will be saying in front of everybody, but by himself talks to me, then put him Abba. So I can't say, okay, maybe you say me and this person not be say we they really talk like that. Go and meet him. You are a young chap, you are growing, you are not there involved. Just go and come sing, just go follow them. that one tell her say shebi you get mentor now, shebi you get Rapindady, shebi you get person wey dey train you now. Let me tell her make him put you for Love Matters now. That's what he told BBO. Tell me, if you no pass through me for this town, that's in his words. If you no pass through me for this town, you no fit blow. Those were the hurtful words he said to BBO at the time. BBO came to me and he told me, I couldn't fight. Kọ́dà lè fi àlè lọ online, àlè pariwo, àlè ṣe. BBO, I told him, I said, guy, má worry, nǹkan tèmi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kí wọ́n náà ṣe. Continue working. Work to that level, work to that stage when they will not have to hand you over to anybody. They will call you directly. That was what I told him. But BBO was sad for me. For like a year. BBO yadanu. I cried. You know why I cried? I cried because it wasn't, the battle was not against me now. It was now extending to people creatives that I was nurturing at the time. But it is well. I told BBO, okay, guy, don't worry. A day will come. But what's happening me? But a day will come. They will call you. I swear to God who made me. I said, BBO can confirm what I just said. BBO haven't got a bad advice. No, for like a year, me at was sorrow. But later, like as it was growing, as it was advancing, some other things don't come, they happen. Maybe are not they involved. We can't like he was now seeing those things, so he now came back. That year, I think that year they called him. I don't know if it was comedy or this is gospel thing at the time. So we became close again and all, but we have forgiven him. We have forgiven him, honestly speaking. But nǹkan tó ṣe ní industry wa yìí díẹ̀ ó ṣe díẹ̀.
Let me now talk to you about Ibadan comedy industry. Where is it now? Are you still a major player, and what is happening at the moment?
It's a capital no. We are no longer a.
Do we still have comedy industry in Ibadan?
For someone like me who is a strong advocate for the comedy industry, I would say yes, we have a comedy industry, but we are trying to revive it because
sorry to cut you. In the last 10 years, that time, we had an industry. We are not big, we are not known, but there was a semblance of an industry. At least people I don't know, maybe I've lost touch.
We had an industry, but we killed that industry ourselves. We killed that industry ourselves because we, just like I said, there was no motivation, given to those who were trying to get things done, make things get better. Instead, at some point, it was more about some particular set of people. You understand? Not just comedy industry, even the music industry. The music industry died way long ago before the comedy industry.
Comedy still.
I mean no disrespect to the music guys. I mean no disrespect. This also affects the comedy industry too.
No, the fact that there is no industry does not mean that we don't have individuals doing exceptionally well.
Yes, we have individuals doing well. Yeah, we have individuals doing.
But as a structure, as a system,
we killed it. And how did we kill it? Let me start from music. We had a structure. I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use ASOS now. ASOS is a brand. Is a principality on its own. You understand? ASOS is made up of excellent individuals doing great things individually.
Just like Super Eagles.
Individually. But as a team, I've not really seen that structure that serves like a backbone for talent in Ibadan, which should actually be the purpose of that group. I'm not saying this to discredit ASOS. I see the fact that we are trying to build, and Rome was not built in the day, but this is more like a wake-up call. We can do better. Now, 2013, 2014, we had Fabulous Pizzy, we had Show Natural, we had Kenzo, we had Wata, we had Onyekade, we had Jeru. Jeru was more like the senior man amongst all. And you know, those guys were
Shade has been around too.
Shade Black. You know, Shade Black. Who else? I used to have one. This guy is in South Africa now. Bobby from UI. I King Bobby. You know, those guys were the songs they dish out. You know, the content on our own part as show hosts, comedians, comedy lounge owners. We play those songs back to back.
Wiser.
We play those songs back to back at my show at Options 247 every Thursday. I like Pizzy reach level. We say I know if you hear 5 songs, make 3 of those songs no be Pizzy song. You know, compulsory. Something.
He get song.
He get song.
Oh God.
So we contributed in
balance. Check.
See, this is how the industry made sense at the time. There were some lounge in Ibadan. If you want to hang out in Ibadan, if you don't go to those lounge, you are nowhere. Understand? Options 247, GQ, Bubbles are the new, that is now switch 411, Coco Dome. Those 5 places and Ebivande. Those 5 places, now there people they recycle things. Now those places things they happen. So we in our own little way we they push our guys. We they push, but it now got to a point. Our so-called promoters. I don't go mention names, so like, just like I said, I don't make anybody talk so that don't start again. They were having favorites. The push was more on Pizzy than Kenzo, than Show Natural, than Shade Black, than Onyekade, than Wiser. So it was Pizzy. If there's any big show coming, Pizzy's name will come first. They introduce Pizzy first. They bring Pizzy, everything Pizzy. Yeah, Pizzy was very good, exceptional talent. But Show Natural is awesome. Another massive poisonous voice. Shade Black, Potter crazy. Onyekade. So deep down, even if these guys claim to be friends, even if these guys claim to belong to the same industry, they see these things. They are not blind.
Create animosity.
So deep down, they feel laid back.
Like I said, those things create animosity. You they envy your guy because
you understand? And not be Pizzy fault.
Not be
everybody they make a push him. They push. We know it say Pizzy is not a good person. Not being they push himself. They push him, but at the detriment of others. Understand? Comedy too, I was there. Not be pride. That time I good. I pieces. Not be pride. People will know about the industry in Ibadan when Ibadan had a progressive industry. I was there. Sheta was there. Petero was there. Remote. Remote was there. Who else? I think there's one more place I can just put in that loop. You understand? But the push was more on Petero at the time. It wasn't Petero's fault too.
Of course,
he's very good, very highly talented, you know. But the other guys, myself, Shete, Remote, I always tell people, Remote, alone like boy, it's just like a candidate. I don't know. I don't know if that word is. Yeah, he's just a special human being. And there's a way your talent, no matter if they push you, they not push you. Because at the time, social media was not as thick as this. So we all needed that push then. Now you can push yourself. If you have the funds, you can push yourself, you can do things, you can. But then, YouTube was not that famous like it is now. Instagram was not so thick as it is now. So there were people that took it upon themselves to push the industry, and what they saw as the industry was Fabulous Pizzy and Petero. So if space can't day, they will come say, okay, let's bring Onyekade, let's bring Shade Black, let's bring Kenzo. You know, now Kenzo will even pay me pass because Kenzo is one creative, that is unique.
Exactly.
That
I was waiting for that particular word, unique.
Yeah, that has
you offered something so unique,
so
that
different,
is very, very, that could actually we could
sell,
leverage on.
that we could leverage on.
This is something coming from Ibadan. It's different from what you have in.
Based on some reasons best known to our promoters at the time, it wasn't at the forefront, So guys can't they struggle, they do things on their own. So the growth was now very slow. Now if
BK2 been day one corner that year, BK
yeah, I wake up in the you understand? So had it been that push was
evenly spread,
well spread evenly, so to speak, as one day drop, the other person go pick him up. It would have been, that ride would have been smooth.
Yoruba will say olowo kan laarin otoshi mefa.
This I just said, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm very sure those who understand this Ibadan industry to some extent will agree with what I just said. So it now boils down to who has funds to push himself at the time. Look at Two Wise. Wiser a big boy. Wiser go do good music, spend a lot on his tracks, push his tracks on his own, pay radio hosts and all. If Wiser got that push that PZ had, coupled with the fact that he is also pushing by himself, PZ would have gone up, Wiser would have gone up. Kenzo pushes himself well. If he also enjoys that kind of push, Baba, Ibadan go down solid past what we get today. Now we kill Ibadan industry. We nailed it ourselves, but nobody want to admit that fact. There's this Oriki in Akure. When your man muda sile for Gwenupani. Now Ibadan supposed get that Oriki. We don't go fight you with weapon, but with our mouth we go destroy you. Once, like they will say some things about you, and when you hear those words,
leave me now. Hear me.
There was a particular place at Olympus Lounge some years back. Someone was talking about me. Like there was this random conversation, this beer parlor conversation, and we're like, comedians in Ibadan, guys, I didn't try you. Name all the comedians in Ibadan. They named Betrayal, they named Rapindady, they named Shete, they named Remote. They don't know a particular guy. But we say, Rapindady, come on, Rapindady, them. So somebody was in that gathering that knows me very well. One of them will pay me at any close, and they were there record. He can't call me, say rapping. Joshua Mweni by. Who I describe it? So shiny. I should He said, if not be say I know you one-on-one, with what I heard from that guy's mouth yesterday, if I see Cutler, I will smash at you. He can't play me. He can't beg me, say, Joe, nítorí Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí jáde kúrò láàrin mi àti ẹ. In voice.
Don't be say they tell you hear in voice.
The person will tell me this matter, God rest his soul, step up clothing. It's late now.
Yeah.
Baba, wọ́n á fi ẹnu. Ẹ̀jẹ̀jẹ̀ máa ṣeré, una go play, una go dance, una go even climb stage together. But when you hear stuff they say behind your back, so most of those things come.
I
just had to withdraw. I just withdrew.
Wow. See, the name of the show is Random, and of course, Rapindady is our guest today. I can go for another 2 hours with Rapindady because I just realized that we have a lot of similar interests. Because into my radio guest, I never went that radio, and we don't already do over 1 hour. But then that radio, you don't get out, I got touch out. So, you've seen the entertainment industry, you've seen it firsthand, you've experienced it firsthand. But then by God's grace, you've evolved beyond that. You move to events, you move to what's it called now? You move to business, and to the glory of God, this thing is doing well. Your MC career is on fleek. You dey enjoy show back to back. You dey do rapping motors, rapping. Everything is going well to the glory of God. You have your everything going on. But then passion is one bad thing. It's one good thing that, if not well handled, can be bad. I know you were passionate about the media at some point, because I know we had that conversation again and again and again. You wanting to get on radio, not necessarily for, I remember that time, that not even the money. I just want, and that's what the passion does for you. Sure. It's never about the money. It's just about me. I just want this. But then you got in by the special grace of God, and you had your fair share of the media.
Yeah.
So was what you were anticipating that made you want to get in? Did you find it in media when you entered?
The media is a world on its own, a very big world on its own, actually. And initially it was passion that got me into the media space. I've always wanted to be heard, let people get to hear what I carry, let them know what I can do. I'm the kind of person that, okay, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, but these things what they do when I gas here, that was what led me to radio. And thank God you are a radio person, a senior radio person, so to speak. And initially I wasn't paid handsomely like that. It was just more like fair, but I wasn't bothered because I saw it like it was secondary sort of income for me. So I had other things I was doing to make money. So there's this joy that we derive when we go on air and we talk, and people will be like, wow, you Rapindady, I'm going radio, I'm bad on you, can you come? I did year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. I did 10 years. And it dawned on me that, guy, okay, don't do 10 years. What next? What's next? Because I'm kind of person that I always like to sit down and try to reevaluate my life. Like, okay, yes, you were passionate about this thing. Is your passion still attached to this thing? Have you gained all you need to gain from this? Are you going to do this for the next 10 years? Are you going to spend 20 years on radio? And if you're going to spend 20 years on radio, what is your projection? What do you think is going to happen in 20 years? Okay, if everybody's celebrating 20 years on air, by the time you want to do your 20 years on air, bro, what do you think it is going to look like? And I looked at the people that have spent 20 years on radio, 30 years on radio. There are some of them that have done well for themselves. The minority, actually, not all, not majority. And I felt like, okay, the radio profession is more like a profession where the owners tend to take you for granted, tend to use you to their advantage. Why? Because they know it's a platform for you to get heard, you get famous, and if you can utilize that platform well, it works for you in other spheres of life. Of course, yes, it worked for me. There are times in my car business, if I want to sell a car to someone, and they'll be like, Rapindady radio, radio, I mentioned the name. Oh, really? Okay.
At least, exactly. That gives them assurance.
So that is one of the advantage you get, when you work with such, when you work with the media. But on the other hand, it got to a point I began to see it like it's a profession, like a real job, not just because it's passion. So I began to ask questions. I began to demand for something better. If I'm not good, I will not be here for 10 years. Now, I'm educated. I have 2 degrees. Most of my friends, most of my colleagues that we served together, who started, work at different places, over the years they've been able to rise through the ranks. Some have become managers, board members and all. Here I am, earning way lower than a little bit higher than minimum wage.
See, I tell people sometimes, I say, if you are on radio and you are passionate about radio, don't make the mistake of looking sideways. When I say like looking sideways, comparing yourself with your contemporaries. The day you make that mistake, except you have nothing going on in your life,
before, yeah.
So that's the best that could have happened.
Yeah.
Something happened recently. I just went on LinkedIn. Don't go see. I said something. Someone said, "I need to push yourself more on LinkedIn." I said, for the first 1 week only, I just do wow. Then I said, the whole world don't leave me. They have left me behind. Then they see all my friends from law school, from you. I just see partner, associate, kini confirm, associate, partner. I just okay, Egbamike. People don't partner for no firms. People don't. Okay, you know the funniest thing, this people wey don turn partner, don turn associate, when they see you say, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
No, guy, I dey hear you for. I dey hear you like this. I dey tell my junior for office say that guy na my colleague.
I just sat down one day and I looked at some of my guys and I felt like, come on. If I was to work in another, field over the years, at least, and I'm this kind of person that I want to, get better. Like I remember when I wanted to go for my second degree, I asked one of my boss, sir, I didn't study mass communication, so should I just go, to study mass comm and further? He said, no. He said, since you are already grounded in the media, it's already on your CV. Just go and look for something different that you can still do. That means you have a wide range of experience. Okay. So I went for computer science, which is another area of interest for me. So I wanted to get better. I wanted to also build certifications, but the way they go they build certifications, still the same. Touch. So I felt like, okay, no disrespect to OAPs, radio guys. There are a lot of them that are doing so well. It's just that some of us, how do I put it? We cannot just stay in one place for a very long time. Because there was a time I heard something from a friend. He said, if he's recruiting someone for a new job post and you tell him that you have worked in a place for 10 years, playing the same role for 10 years, you ask you, for 10 years, let's share role here. One being lost, one demoting you, one promoting. You understand?
You see, let me quickly come in there. See, promotion, it comes from above. I used to work in one radio station. Once they say you want to start to the grumble, you don't complain about they just give you promotion. Just wake up tomorrow, just that promotion.
You don't affect your salary.
Now that station they see HOD wey no get table. Then everybody na HOD. You na head of Yoruba entertainment. You na head of English entertainment. You na head of English sports. You na head of. I say which kind thing? I don't affect salary.
But sincerely, let's be sincere now. Let's be sincere. In order to protect the job, the media job, radio job, in particular, there should be a structure that protects the rights of staffs, presenters, contract staff, so to speak, because most of the time they tend to use everybody as contract staff so that they can can lay you off at any time, because they can sack you at any time if you don't have something doing to everybody.
See, the few people the funny thing is that people who are supposed to know, who do you think should be able to know or to do better? Now they know. What do I mean? You expect that radio presenters say when it comes to contract, they have to be lawyers. So many lawyers no get employment letter. Whoa. Lawyers they no get employment letter. Just say you have passed, resume tomorrow. So the day you don't do it, the pass court, they go your house. Now, the same thing for many. So when there is no, even if there is a law that protects them, that should protect them, the law can only take effect after agreement has been reached, maybe you sign an employment contract,
of course,
but when there is no even contract in the first place, what do you want to enforce? How do you enforce it? It's so sad. Because, I think they are getting better at it.
I feel most people are tied down to such jobs, not just radio alone. They are tied down to such jobs because they don't have an option, no alternative. Okay, look at private school teachers. To some private school teachers, they charge they charge very high and bigger school fees, but if you hear what the teachers take home as monthly remuneration, it's more of a stipend. So I strongly believe that a lot still needs to be done when it comes to employer-employee relationship and all. So for me, I did not even leave radio because of the money, but I began to ask questions at some point, and I discovered that the more I ask questions, the more I look like a bad person. The more I ask questions, the more I see some body language that looks like it's like this guy is somehow.
They don't want to know too much.
Okay. I don't want to really delve too much into this. It is well. It is well. Just
when the Nigerian tells you it is well, just don't bother to go further.
I just did what I felt was best for me. I just did what I felt was best. That does not mean that if I see a better offer, moving on. But this time it's not going to be about passion. It's going to be about work. If you want me to come and work for you in whatsoever industry or capacity, it has to be about the job and what you are going to offer me in return for my service.
I think that we all get to that point in life where you realize that. When I used to be a comedian, I have a friend. We're all growing together. Lopez is now in US. Lopezito. Lopez say, no, put my name for poster. How much you go give me? That time I say, guy, you need to push your brother. Say, make them not put my name. How much you won't give me? So that time it was like, this guy can't put money to. But now I just realize I say, see, but I believe that there's a time for it.
Of course.
There's a point you get to.
You must have worked to a particular level.
There's a point you get to in your career. That at this point, I don't do passion rich. The only language I hear is money.
Of course.
How much is involved?
Of course.
Forget passion. There are so many ways of expressing passion. But like I said, for a newbie or somebody that just looking for a platform, say, man, fine. That you need that at some point. But that's one thing that we ordinarily will expect that employers too will know that at some point this guy has been chasing passion. But it gets to a point in a man's life that you will wake up and tell yourself the truth that my children are growing. Say na passion I go pay.
Unfortunately, when you now get to that point, the employers
now start seeing you as a rebel. They start seeing you as not being considerate.
So whereas you will now look back and it will feel like the number of years you stayed with them was a waste.
It was a waste.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, MC Rapindady with me on Random today, man. It's been a wonderful one. I'm so sure it's been a very long one and I enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. And I pray that God will continue to, because trust me, you have been scarred. I've never mentioned that to you, but then I know. Like I said, I'm a keen observer.
I've been what? I've been scarred,
as in they don't mark you very well. I've never mentioned that to you, but I observe from the sideline. Not only me, I have my own friends. Me, Tosi Lawyer, Professor Apple. Sometimes when we sit down and we talk about the industry, man. So we understand these things, and a lot of people see these things. But so the only good thing is that you have never, if not that you have mentioned that you were depressed at some point, definitely I know that there was a time you withdrew. It was obvious.
Honestly,
for people who are observant, that it was a time that you withdrew, and then what's it called? In fact, up till now, I wouldn't say that you are fully back with stand-up comedy. I think you have tilted more towards emceeing and everything,
and business. Because it is not. I just felt like carrying the industry on my head the way I used to is not, worth it, anymore like it used to be, because nobody is. Yes, they are watching, but they are watching from a perspective like, who sent this guy, who sent the message. There was the day I did my show. Excellent. I think that was season 7. Sold out. As at 5 p.m. the hall was filled up. you know, I did use excellent light, screen and all. After the show, someone posted. I knew it was me. It was posted on WhatsApp status. Don't spend money to impress people that are not watching. I was like, Talatun impressed by to your love. Talatun impressed that. Every shit that much they for our 5 years be at the for love. People to concern. Man, leave me alone. Understand?
All right, thank you so much for being a part of the show. We'll do this again next time with another guest. Please don't forget to subscribe and put the notification button on, and don't forget to share and drop your comments on whatever you want to comment on. Thank you so much. And for that, Samuel, the name my guest has been Jolomi
Yeah.
Raphael Olufemi, aka Rapindady. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Let's do this again some other time. Thank you.